Hello everyone. Before we get into this video, I want to mention that I'm going to be doing a giveaway for an AWP pacemaker. Link in the description to enter. Alright, now what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be going through the last NA Weekly's finals. We're going to be going through each game in the best of three, and we're going to do push by push analysis so that newer players trying to get into comp can actually learn from it and like get more in-depth knowledge on how to take a point or how to hold a point when they're trying to get into when they're trying to go against these teams who already have so much experience. This is my first time doing this kind of video, so if you have any advice for what I can do better next time, leave that in the comments down below. I'm probably going to be doing this for every weekly from now on. Just going to be doing a quick analysis on the finals. Much love. Before we get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's do this.
Yep, we're opening up right now. Random Export, we're going to be the first to enter, and it's going to be a full ramp, push, and wrap.
Okay.
I mean, first
What
fight,
happens
pretty clean.
here
Random Export and Ripmane taking
is
0 damage
that
over 2 teammates.
Envy was able to
Spawn all the way in A side, which was pretty clean.
there we go. Sorry, it doesn't work sometimes.
Opening up right now. Random Export,
Okay,
going to be the
there
first
we
to
go.
enter.
Okay, if you watch, Ripmane and Random Export are able to get behind them, Hopar, and they're basically able to split the team up. They end up getting 2 members behind their whole team, and just a complete ambush. And I feel that I don't know what you can do much against that. It's just not, I feel like it's not a smart play to rush all 4 through ramp like that. I feel like if they get the good spawn, just leave them the good spawn, and you see what happens.
And it's going to be a full ramp, push, and wrap.
See?
And I mean, first fight, pretty clean. Random Export
4 for 2. Easy win for Envy.
Spawn all the way in A side, which will prove almost deadly on the side. Random Export will stay alive just long enough. It's going to be Enoki versus
Okay, that was pretty
Roadman.
basic.
Roadman will take the win.
Just winning gunfights is what won that point.
I won't take a third. Enoki taken down to 1 HP. It's now 39.
They get good spawn here, so that like lets them get the point quite easily. And there's a lot of whiffing that went down there. There was a bunch. See that fight down there? By the bottom of ramp? There's just a lot of missing right there. Losing the aim duels, he could have easily won, been able to get the 4 stack on for 118. And that was a beautiful push there. See how they organized that push? That push was organized very well because they only had 3 on site and were able to do all that.
Picking up 2, but will fall. As now Hopar pushing on the LMG, he'll take the first, and now he's suffocated by the rest of NV. Is Gangu now pushing in?
A lot of these are just basic aim duels where it just happened as one went in 1 by 1, but it doesn't matter because it's next point anyway.
Definitely, and you know, I did say earlier in the lead up to this, I did say that
they went for an early rotate onto the site, and Roadman actually went to long to go check and try and get a cheeky pick because this game actually has a lot of peekers advantage due to the tick rate on the servers, and that causes you to like play differently than you normally would. You'll always want to be the person that's peeking them, even if you're on the defense, and that's why Roadman played it like that. Even though if they pushed all 4 here, that there's a chance that his team could have died. It was just a smarter play in general.
They would be trying to use their firepower against 118. Obviously, they probably weren't watching each other's semi-finals because they were on at the same time, but you know, the boys at Envy being defending champs, you know, would have that confidence. They did just come off a 4,000 point
118 isn't just sitting on site, they're playing around the site, and it's pushing Envy off.
Obviously, this back
that's why Envy can't take the site. You know, so they're organizing a 4-man push,
critical, but
and because of that 4-man push, they're able to take the point.
Who is going to hold double walls?
But the unfortunate thing is, 118 did get really good spawn.
If Envy can get a grip on double walls coming up next, it's gonna.
Maybe I should actually turn off this audio. Maybe that'll be good, because I'm talking over the commentators, and I don't feel it's good. Okay. Envy did an early rotation onto next point, and now they're pushing as a 4-man from short, and they push in a little slow here, but it ends up, let's see, it ends up working out for them. They held the angle to try and get a pick on someone who's watching mid, and that's how they were able to take the site. Okay. 118 was a little foolish there. They weren't watching behind them. They thought like, oh, they're not gonna be here, but they were able to get there fast enough to kill them while their backs were turned. And just trickling in one by one like that. Like, if you watch this, watch. Roadman gets picked, 39E dies, Hopar dies, Gengu comes in after, dies. If they all went at the same time, Gengu could have easily hit one shot on both of them, and then we would have been able to take the site and get spawn. Okay, this is another bad push. They're pushing in so slowly, they're not pushing as a team, and that's what's letting Envy hold this site so easily. Site's almost over, so they are going to stay on next point. Envy's rotating into market. One's going through long. See, with this site, it's actually that was a great play. Because with this site, you can actually see how many people are on the point by looking at not just with this site, but like with sites in general. You can see how many people are on the point by the top. The scores will tick up by a certain amount by how many people are on the point. So they'll know how to play it. If they're all on the point, rushing out of market gives you a great peeker's advantage and lets you focus on all the people on site. With that, because there's no way you can sit on the point and watch long and not be open to them pushing out of market. So when they push out of market, the people who are watching long are most likely going to be forced to turn and try and deal with the people that are pushing out of market, which is why they actually, I believe, they sent one long. To be able to take it, they knew that they had 3 on, that one might be sitting underpass, so they were able to play it smart, or one might be tree. So that's why they had to send the one long, and it worked out for them. 39E does get a nice pick there. No one's actually on the site, but Suffix is in the back and is able to get a pick there because of it. So they're playing one very off site in long, so if someone comes out from under, they aren't caught off by surprise. That was just a bad spawn right there, and because of that, they actually do not get the site because Suffix does play it well and wins the aim duels. A lot of it is winning aim duels, but there is a portion of it where it's just playing smart, like Random Export does a little bait there to trick them. They're paying a lot of attention onto the market while Suffix comes down and gets the kills. I mean, Enoki, if you know who that is, he was previously known as Suffix, so I called him that. That was my bad. Okay. We only have 2 people alive. Random Export is able to get a pick there. That was a bad play, but it worked. If you know what I mean. And he's going in one by one again, but because that was a good play. Going in one by one there allowed them to do the damage that they needed, so they know that the people who got that spawn in that little cubby there can come in through the ramp and take them out while they're focused on the people backyard and already low. So that was a good play. No one's actually on site right now. There is a duel going on backyard. It looks like Paris is going to try and rotate into backyard and maybe get a pick. 39E is under though, so we'll see what happens with that and this duel. Oh no, 39E wasn't under. It looked like he was under. I can't really... Oh no, he was. He just jumped up here and here. Alright, so basically that just came down to Envy winning the gunfights and winning the duels. That was an awkward split, but it worked out for them. Roadman again winning the gunfights. They do matter. Sonder, random, just going by, trying to draw the attention, making sure that, and yeah, see at that point, that was a great play. He drew the attention, someone checked ramp because they thought that, oh, he's drawing the attention here, maybe someone will come, and Suffix does actually come, but very late. He delays it, so as soon as that person is forced to not look at ramp anymore and watch backyard, he's able to come in and get an easy cleanup. That was just beautifully executed, honestly. Hopar seems to be coming in through backyard. He just, they saw him go in. He's going to the next point, actually. Okay, 39E's playing tree. They're watching long. Okay, that was a good setup right there. What happened was, hold on, sorry. This player glitches out a lot, and I can't press the backspace key to go back like 5 seconds sometimes. Okay, what's happening here is 39E is playing tree, and they're playing angles where if someone's gonna come in from here, they're gonna have to either go on scaffolding or go onto this box right here. And if you saw from the last point, a lot of their plays were about Envy's plays were about charging in. So this setup, like, it does have a fatal weakness. If someone goes up here, they can easily get some beautiful picks. Let's say a semi hops up here, bro. Roadman probably dead. Hopar super weak. And that makes the long push a lot better. But because they don't do that, Random has to come in through here because that's what he usually does. That's what he has been doing. That's what their team's been doing. So before someone can come here and shoot at them, 39E will know, and they get to watch long for free. And Suffix is somewhere. I mean Enoki. See, see. By the time 39E dies, they took care of the people long, and Hopar was able to get the kill. Suffix just waiting for his team, smart play. Sonder going in through under, waiting for his team. Little premature by Paris, but he's able to get the pick. They get the guy on, yeah, see, they're winning the aim duels. They're coming in from 3 different angles, and they win the aim duels. They got 2 people in the back, watching long, Random switching between each site, and Paris sitting in that, like, area where he can see if anyone's coming in through here. So that allows Random to switch back and forth. Okay, they're winning the duels. A lot of this is just winning aim duels. They're going in a little slowly, but see, that wasn't a bad push. It's just they lost the aim duels because they knew that there were only 2 on site. They spawned next. There's only 5 seconds left. They're probably gonna hold it. Okay, Envy all seems to be going the same path. This is the same thing they did last time, actually. They all went through short. Random export just dives on the point, gets a pick, and that time it worked because I feel like they weren't expecting him to just dive in, and he just did, and he got the picks. See, that was a close fight, and that was about winning the aim duels. They did lose the aim duels, but Random Export has 1 HP and actually was able to clean up. See, and the Rip main going in with 1 HP, bad idea. Now, Suffix is there waiting by mid, I believe. Yeah, and Random's building up some speed so they can all push in together. 3 short, 1 mid. And he pushes in right here, gets a kill. A few of them die, and then split that last aim duel. Hopar wins. Yeah, Random just building up some speed. He messes up his B-hop there. Watches long, hears, gets a call from his teammate, looks to short. There, yeah, so it's just about winning the aim duels there. They don't got too much strategy with their pushes. They're just kind of going in right now. One in from back, 1 in from long, 1 coming in through market. Gangu was able to play it safe there to the point where he was able to push back, not get seen, and draw their attention so his teammate could come in and get the cleanup. Yeah, Hopar seemed a little confused there. Gangu's just trying to win the aim duels. Still in a bad scenario, makes the most of it. They're able to get a crossfire there on random export. And they know one's coming from long, but they didn't know where. And Paris was able to get 2 kills there. And they actually got good spawn because of it. And are able to get control of the point for a little here. But what happens is Suffix actually goes all the way around there. And he gets the kills. I guess he's winning the aim duel, so it worked out. But it was next point anyway, so I believe that was the right play to make. And just, yeah, see? Gangu, beautiful flick there. 180s. Sometimes it is, a lot of the time actually, it is about the aim duels. You have to win those aim duels. When you're in one-on-one aim duels, you have to win. But there is a lot of strategy that does happen. Hopar goes in. And yeah, okay, that was a little odd there. Paris was kind of just sitting in the back. I feel like if he was on site there, they would have been able to take the site. Random pre-firing backyard because he knows the spawns. They're trickling in slowly, and sometimes, I don't know, when you trickle in correctly, it works. You have to, but you don't trickle in like it's not like one person's rushing the site and then one other person rushes the site. one person will draw attention here, one person will draw attention here, one person will draw attention in another place. They're just drawing attention so when they're ready, they can all go in at once, and the people who are holding the site have to divide their attention. And that's how going, like, being that one person alive does work, especially because Sniper isn't in the meta, and getting one shot isn't as big of a deal. If you're a semi, you can get one shot by a Rev, but other than that, because Sniper's not in the meta, because LMG is a big meta weapon right now, it's a great tactic to use, and you'll see it being used in this weekly a lot. But other than that, pushing in 4-man and doing that drawing attention strategy seem to be the most two effective strategies. Other than that, a lot of it is about winning those aim duels. Because of the spectate, I don't get a good angle, sadly. Like, I can't see what the other team is doing. I see that they're rotating onto next, though. He's just shooting, letting him know where he is. He was trying to draw attention, and it did work out, so it was a good play. They get to come in from long. They get a lot of weird spawns. Everyone seems so sprawled out across the map, and because they're winning their aim duels, it worked out for them, and they were able to get control of the site. Random did try to get that position on tree, but he was taken out before he could. There's a call made for the person long. He gets taken out by a teammate. Random seems to be seems to be trying to draw attention. Okay, see what happened there? He peeked out. He should have stayed behind this wall. That was a great play there. That was what I said before. They were drawing attention. There was too long, then there was one that they were known behind the boxes there, and they know he's still alive. If he was able to get that position there and wait for his teammates long to draw attention, both of them peeking out at the same time would have been a great play, because they would have to watch those 3 angles and divide their attention properly. Sometimes you can throw them off like that. It was just a great play in general, and it worked out. Well, no, it did not work out. It would have worked out if he didn't peek out barely and get taken out. Yeah, see what happens there. Just going in for the 1-on-2 fight. I don't agree with that, but there wasn't really much that could have been done anyway. And they just have to hold the spawn for next. They're down right now. Envy is down. But they do have this site right now. And it's a very close game. It's anyone's game at this point. Okay, yeah. Again, they're all going to push in from short. That seems like a popular strategy between people. See, that was great from both sides there with the aim duels there. But it seems like a popular strategy to get 4 people running in through short. Because if your LMG builds up enough speed, they can actually get into the back of the site. It's one jump from here to here. And it works. It throws the people holding the site off a lot. Like, it just completely throws them off. Random doing his back and forth thing there. It doesn't work because he gets caught on the wall and someone's actually holding mid, but he's actually further up, so they can't see him from short. And because his teammates were able to make the call, he's able to turn around and see. Okay, Gangu Gangu made a high risk, high reward play. He went up here because, again, it's the popular strat. They're doing it over and over again. They're not being unpredictable. They're not changing up their strategy for pushing this point. What they're doing is they keep rushing in from the back, going into short, and rushing out onto the site. So what Gangu does is Gangu goes up. They're not expecting him at all, and the LMG does have to take some time to build up speed. So Gangu gets the jump on everyone, and another thing I said in this game is a huge advantage. There's a huge peeker's advantage in this game, and because he was able to do that, he was able to get a pick and do some damage and completely stop their push. Suffix drawing attention in mid, and there's no need for that because of this next point. And Hopar just assumed that he wasn't there still, and he was able to get the pick. Comes out of market and gets a kill on Gangu, but dies to whoever guest 11 is. I'm just reading the kill feed to know what's happening, because I don't get the 100% good angles on this. Maybe if this series gets popular enough, I'll be able to get a nice, my own recording through Spectation. But that's just a pipe dream for now. Yeah, they're drawing the attention, forcing a pre-fire, taking the site. That's what they do. 118's up a lot. Doesn't seem like there's much Envy can do at this point. 15 seconds left. Yeah, 118 just soaking it up. And it looks like game one's gonna go to them. They played the points smarter. They were able to hold better. They were able to take the point better. They were making mistakes less. Like often you'll see Random Export he makes a lot of good plays on LMG, but at the same time they don't change up those plays. Those are good plays and they do work. But if you're going against another top tier team, those plays just become predictable and just easy to counter. And that's great performance from Gangu. Gangu and Hopar. Hopar, huge MVP of this. If you keep watching, huge MVP. It's crazy. But overall, you see Random Export did put in a lot of work for his team. Got a lot of points off the point. Seems like Suffix and Paris were a little off point for a lot of the points as well, not letting themselves soak up. Suffix was usually, I mean, Inoki. I keep saying the name wrong because he changed his name. He's always in a spot that's not really related to the point. He's like sometimes he's off mid doing something. He's not really playing the game, you know what I mean? But anyways, it's off to game 2. 118 is up. Okay, I'm trying to get the mouse button. There we go. Sometimes it just doesn't work. I need to skip to the next match. Because there's a lot of downtime in between matches. Okay. This is game 2. Undergrowth. 118 versus Envy. 118 has Pillar Spawn, or whatever you call that, and Envy has Plat Spawn. Hope are pre-firing this, 2 of them going in through the back, trying to get a good play onto through the connector, but Hope are just pre-fires it. He has LMG, has a lot of ammo. They're able to make the play. A lot of just pushing through connector. This can be pre-fired so easily that when you do it over and over again, it gets a little predictable. It's good for drawing attention though. See, a lot of them pushing in through connector again. And because they won the aim duels there, it did work out a little bit, but they weren't able to make the play. Hopar runs in, but against the Rev, he just gets 2-shot. That was a great way to play the connector. Get a pick, try and slowly move in. But it didn't work out, sadly, because his team wasn't able to push in through just the center. Suffix trying to draw some attention to himself, doesn't work. I feel like a lot of the connector can't be used as well in a high level of gameplay because it's just so easy to beat. Like their whole team can just focus that connector and you're not getting through. You probably will die before you get a shot off. 390 is in a good spot, able to take out the LMG, but gets himself taken out by Paris. A lot of this is aim duels right now. Not a lot of strategy going into their pushes. See, they're pushing in with 3 people, but I guess it works. Okay, Envy. Good play, won the aim duels, able to take out the LMG easily because of Suffix. I mean, Inoki. I need to get used to that. Okay. Okay, what happened there is they lost the site because Roadman was playing too passively and watching mid, and they also only had 3 on site versus a 4-man push. They were playing that site very passively, waiting till someone came into their crosshairs instead of playing as a team, getting a call, pushing, like, they weren't focusing their attention. Their attention was too divided, and because of that, all of them coming in through the tunnel there was able to was enough to take the site. Just a lot of delayed reaction time there, just watching the people but not making the shots. Yeah, Random just beamed out by Roadman. Roadman has the only one on the site, but he's able to play it safe enough to the point where he almost gets the pick, but he does miss a few shots, and because of that, he doesn't get to hold the site. And he does take the site, and they are taking the lead in this game so far. Yeah, Roadman's going in clip by clip, just peeking, getting a bunch of shots in, peeking, getting a bunch of shots in. And because of that, they were able to take the site there, but it doesn't matter because it's next point anyway. And it's just a gun like Semi there isn't as good against multiple targets because of the limited amount of ammo you have in your clip. And he lost the duel because of that. It was a 2v1 anyway. Suffix waiting for his team. Very smart. One of them gets behind the box. LMG rushes right in. He's able to assist his team enough to the point where they're able to actually take the point away. That was a good push. They pushed well. They won the aim duels, and they played it smart. Random makes a beautiful play in short there. Able to take out Roadman there, delaying their push. Suffix is playing that tree spot, doesn't see Roadman. I believe he plays on a low FOV and wasn't able to actually see Roadman. Because if he was, and he was able to get that one tap, he could have stolen the site. But regardless, it is the next point, and they are able to get onto it before 118 can do anything about it. But 118 is able to take the site here. And weird play from Roadman trying to get off the site into a flank position. It does not work out for him. And I don't know why he would do that. Doesn't make too much sense. Random export rushes in without his team's support, gets taken out. You can't rush in one by one, especially as an LMG. As an LMG, you have to play with your team. If you see it goes into connector, like you have to play with your team as an LMG. An LMG should rush here, and you can't get a lot of speed in connector. You're just defeating an LMG strengths by going into connector with an LMG. Just rush in, down the ramp, jump onto site, let your team come in from a few different angles, or your team can push with you. And you just make some mistakes there. There's a lot of aim duels going on right now, not too much full team strategies to talk about. Two pushing ramp while their team's not there, get taken out. Simple as that. Roadman is able to actually get some picks there and take the point. So their push wasn't in vain because they were able to do some damage and let Roadman get an amazing 3-piece there that allowed him to take the point. However, it is next point now, and watching Hopar on the LMG just runs right in, gets some good damage, gets a kill. It's Roadman versus the other two, but doesn't seem like he wants to push in. It's a smart move. He's able to push in slowly, get a pick. Hopar is able to get in behind while they're focused on him and get a kill, and 39 is able to clean up, but Suffix gets the pick, and it's about just rushing into the site right now. They're trying to get control of it and win those aim duels. Roadman playing it slow enough to the point where he gets the pick, or draws the attention at least, and slowly trickling in one by one, just 1v1 fights right now. They're trying to stop the other opponent from taking the site. That's the play to make right there, is to just rush in as fast as you can, because if you wait for your team, it's just, you're giving up the site, because they don't actually have the site. Trying to get some picks in there from mid, because it is next point. They're trying to get them to spawn further away from the next point. That's a good play. Suffix is very far off, gets taken out, but I believe he should get point spawn. Oh no, he does not. Gets spawned on the other side. Yep, it's over at that point. When you don't get that point spawn, this point is very weird, because if you don't get the spawn, you're done for. It takes so long to get to this point from spawn. because you get spawned on the opposite side of the map. Envy taking a big lead here. They're just playing it smarter at this point. They're winning the aim duels and they're playing it smarter. See, now they're just winning the aim duels. Like, if he didn't get that pick, they wouldn't have all got spawned. It would have been a completely different story. They wouldn't have been able to soak up these last few points. And Suffix just, I mean, Inoki carrying those that point at the end there. But it is next point, so it didn't amount to too much, but it was quite a bit. Nothing to dismiss. See, that was just weird. Running into the site that late just doesn't work. Well, after half your team's already dead and one of them's low inside a hut. Yeah, see, Random coming in from mid. It works out. He plays with his team, comes in from mid. You can't come in as an LMG from that connector. It will not work out. You're defeating your main strength as an LMG, which is your speed. Hopar runs in. Doesn't work out too well for him, as they didn't have 39E, I believe, for that push. Does get a pick on from connector, but gets taken out. Another one gets taken out from connector. You'll notice a trend here that everyone that pushes connector seems to die. Hopar did push connector, was lucky he didn't get taken out there, and was able to get some picks. I still believe another play would have been the better option, but it's next point anyway. Didn't amount to too much. Suffix coming in here, trying to get some picks. Gets a beautiful pick, but then gets taken out by 39E. And because of that, 118 get to hold the site. Still a lot of time left on the site, so yeah, it's a lot smarter for Envy to procure a good push. Random played that perfectly. Like, his team, not so well, but Random played that perfectly. He was able to get an insane amount of speed, draw so much attention to himself, and do a lot of damage. That was a beautiful play there. That's the role of an LMG. An LMG is supposed to go in so fast that they can't be hit, and to draw as much attention away from their team as possible. And their team is supposed to be able to win those gunfights and get the kills and take the point. That was good. Though they focused on the tunnel there and didn't really pay too much attention to the two people coming in from mid and were taken out. They are sitting in the back site and do get taken out, but Pear is somehow managed to survive in that little corner. They didn't expect two to be in the back of the site. They like that, I believe. Roadman trying to get some picks. As a semi, he has the lowest time to kill in the game. Other than something like a Rev shooting at a semi, or a sniper, which is not very meta. Yeah, that was a good push in there. Like, I think I haven't slowed it down and actually explained a push in a little bit. I just don't want the video to be too long. Let me know if you think I should change anything, I should talk about each push individually, or I should maybe do a highlight reel where I talk about very specific pushes that made a big impact on the game. Hold on. Keep having to pause it and try and make it so the arrow keys work. Because often the arrow keys won't work, so I can't push back. Alright, whatever. It's the next point anyway. They push in a little too slowly here, and it stops them from getting the site. They should have ran right into site. They should have been a lot more aggressive with this point. Because with this point, you'll often have people peek to try and get the picks before they even are able to get into the site. Because when you're in this site, there's a lot of cover. You can dive right into the back of the site, and your attention will be so divided if you're playing the site. Like, right here, okay, a lot of the reason why that didn't actually work for them, but it ended up working because Suffix was able to get the kill. It didn't work completely. Random played that well. They did play it well, but Suffix was setting tree, and that's a big weakness to diving right into the site. And by checking tree, you're at a huge risk, because when you do play the site, you usually are peeking, and will know when they're coming. Random rushes in the site, plays it well, Suffix able to get the pick. The huge difference in this game with between how Random played last game and how I played this game. He was able, even though his score doesn't reflect it, he is an LMG. He's not meant to have those kills, but he played it well. He played it so good for his team. He was able to, especially he set up Suffix every time. He was able to do that amount of damage so that Suffix could come in for the one tap so often, and he was able to just rush in the site, draw attention. He played that well. And a lot of what comes down to is how well your LMG plays. That is, I feel like that's the class that requires the most skill to be able to play in a competitive level. Because if you're not playing LMG right, you can't take a site. It's so hard to take a site when your LMG isn't playing correctly. It's because as soon as you peek, you die. But when your LMG draws that attention and builds up enough speed to the point where they can draw attention, not be killed, and they do a decent amount of damage, so someone like a Rev can one tap or an AK can beam down, it just works. And a beautiful play from Random Export there. Not to knock off Hopar. Hopar did play well for a few points there, but he did also make a few mistakes. Hopar was the MVP of the first game. I feel that Random Export was actually the MVP of the second game. And you can see how well the LMGs play makes a huge difference on the game. It's literally the difference between winning and losing the game. Alright, let's try and get to the next game. Okay. For those of you who don't know, this is a new map called Cove. I believe the layout was made by TJ Whisk, and I believe his name was Iniquity. He actually just did a lot of the decoration and stuff like that. And together they made this map, and it is a new competitive map. You'll probably see it a lot in all the weeklies coming up. If you haven't seen it before, that's what this is. It's a custom map. They use it in the weeklies because it's very good for hardpoint, so they have a lot more variability with the maps instead of playing 2 Sandstorm or 2 Undergrowth. Okay, the first point is here. Okay, so it seems I actually haven't seen this map too much, so I don't know if I'll be able to give as much accurate information as I'd like to be able to give. So I'm not going to give you false information, so if I don't know something, I won't speak on it. But from what it seems, the best that the two teams can do, the team that gets the spawn over here will probably most likely get the site, because you have to come in through this little alleyway. And that can be so easily pre-fired, and you can see that before they actually are able to get through it. And Gengu actually does go around, but he wasn't able, or no, was it Gengu? I think the Gengu spawned there. Someone went around, and I feel that you're not actually able to get the people coming into the site if you go around. So no, you aren't forced to actually have to watch behind you. You can just go in, rush through the site. 118 do get the lead early on. That's good for them. They're holding the site. The site seems like it's an easy site to hold because there's only 2 entry points. There's not very many angles you can enter other than hopping on this double crate and getting a peek. Maybe that'd be good for a semi. Random Export is able to. That's a great spot. That is a great spot. He's able to rush in from here, and because this plat's so high and you're an LMG crouching, it's really hard to get to see you. And because they have to focus their attention over here, it draws this is the complete opposite. It's a polar opposite, running in from here and here. That's a great spot to get into as an LMG. I feel like that is going to just be a staple. They're gonna have to, when you're holding the site, you're gonna have to find a way to counter that. Maybe setting someone up over here will work, because those boxes I do believe will block them from seeing you if you're over here from this way. But sadly, he does get taken out by Paris. Wait, no. That was my bad. I read that wrong. Hopar takes him out. Gengu in a odd spot there. Able to get some good damage out, but he isn't able to actually get a kill. Random just chilling on that little lower area, trying to do some damage, watching for the people coming in. And it does work out. By doing that damage, I feel like even that little bit of damage mattered, because Aim Sonder, otherwise known as Rip Main, was so low on HP that if he didn't do that damage, he actually probably would have died and they wouldn't have been able to take the site. Hopar going in before his team actually gets the chance to go in, gets taken out a little early, but it doesn't matter because Roadman is able to get that cleanup kill. See, Hopar could have killed Sonder there, but it wouldn't have mattered. Paris would have been able to secure the spawn for his team. Seems like Gengu's trying to get a little bit of damage off before they are able to rotate. So they'll have a low HP when they rotate into the new site, so they can't exactly rush it. But they do end up playing it slow anyway. And it seems to work for them. Oh wow. Unfortunate miss there. Allows 118 to actually keep control of the site. Paris does play it a little slow, a little too slow, and gets taken out from behind. I do understand what he was trying to do, but it didn't work out. Okay, what happened there is Random went in too early, or his team didn't follow up. Either or, you could say. Because what happened was Random Export went in, got beamed completely. But what should happen is his team should be there shooting at all the people that are focused on him. And because to beam an LMG, you need a lot of focus from all people on the point. And to get beamed like that, nobody was looking at anyone else. They could have easily been able, if they were actually able to, and like were ready, they could have been able to take out the people that were focusing him. Random going in a little early, could have gotten taken out, but does slow down. He realizes that he was being a little overzealous there, and is able to secure the site. He played it well overall. It seems that the next point is going to be in this pirate ship, and that Random's going to try and build up some speed and rush right in with his team. Gengu is playing off site there and is able to, that's a great spot. That's a great spot for him to play. Because when he plays off site like that, he can counteract anyone else rushing in. Because when an LMG rushes in, his team also has to rush in, so you know that his team's coming. And they are still able to hold the site like that. That's a great hold. They have almost doubled their points actually. And are about to reach double their points. Yeah, double their points. 118 is just playing this a lot better. They're holding the sites better. They're making less mistakes as a team. Suffix is able to get the 2 picks there and win those aim duels and come in by surprise to actually the back of the ship and get the site. They're able to hold it because it's next site anyway. Going there would, oh, that was a, see, I don't think that was intentional, but it worked out. He peeked out to try and build up some speed, but he's actually saw him hiding around that corner. That was a great play, but didn't matter because they weren't able to take the site. The site does seem hard to take, honestly. Let's see how they try it. Random. Okay, Random ran into the site. Okay, let's actually go back on that. Let's go back on that, actually. Let's try and, there we go. Okay, this works. Okay, let's see what actually happens here. Suffix slowly peeking to see if anyone's sitting on this little ledge here to try and peek. So no one's actually peeking this angle. He knows that. And he calls it out probably for his team. But Random is he, yeah. Gengu's playing that spot that I said earlier that would work to counteract an LMG. Let's actually see if he can, no, he can't see Random. Random gets onto the site and runs around and isn't taken out because of the support from his team. So that did work out. So it seems like a good strategy would be for an LMG to rush right onto the site and get his team to trickle in from a few angles and take out everyone else. Because the site does have a few nooks and crannies that someone can hide in. When an LMG rushes onto the site, they can get the calls for their whole team. So his whole team can get that easy peeker's advantage onto them. And wait, what actually? Yeah, okay. So it seems that they didn't actually end up getting the site. But they do now. Or maybe they took it. I was a little out there. But they're still down by almost 1,000 points. But there is still 7 minutes left in the match and they are catching up. they aren't as huge of a deficit as they were before. But they do have this. 118 does have the site right now, and an unsuccessful push will actually might work out in their favor because they didn't actually get the point spawn. And it seems that oh okay, that was just completely unfortunate. Paris should have been able to take him out easily. Yeah, it seemed that he maybe had his knife out or something and wasn't expecting it to go down like that, but they should have been able to take that site. Roadman sitting at a nice angle, able to take him out and secure the site for his team. He knows that they're going to have to come through here, but Random Export actually does something completely unexpected and goes all the way around and takes them out when they're trying to get this angle. That was a great play from Random Export there. Able to secure his team to site for those last few seconds. Gengar able to get a pick, and that does work out because they do soak a little less and he gets the spawn anyway. Okay. That was... They were like kind of dancing right outside of the point, and it did not really work out for them. See, Random just be-hopping all around near the site. Hops into this. I don't really know what that was. That was not a smart play. He went in alone. And as an LMG, you can never do that. Yeah, they're not playing as a team, I feel like. Roadman's over here. He is winning the aim duels, but then gets taken out. Random doesn't know there's only 2 on site and has to wait for his team or go to the next point. He does wait for his teammate, and they are able to take the site, but the site's almost over anyway. Seems that no one actually focused on the next site. That was a huge mistake from both teams right there. They should have just instantly went to next. You can tell how many people were on that site actually by how fast their points were ticking up, because you can see your end and the enemy's points. That was just stupid from both ends. He did expect the Gengar to be at that rock again, and went to go for a duel, but did end up losing the duel, and they did not get the site because they didn't actually have 4 in. I haven't seen anyone actually try and go in through the top of this little crack here while their team is coming in through the front. Okay, yeah. That was a good play. Random went in, waited for Suffix to draw attention, and went in for the 2v1 duel. Okay, looks like 39E is gonna try something. He goes in, but doesn't. He takes out the LMG, but he doesn't wait for his team. They're not playing like a team right now. He needs to play with his team a little more, but doesn't really matter too much because it is next site. Okay. Random played it a little too slowly there. He should have went onto the site and he should have committed to that push. He half committed. He went in, baited his team out. They all died. Random rushes onto the side, but hits a lot of toe shots there and isn't able to do much damage. Yeah, Envy's down by so much right now. They're down by over 2,000 points, and it's only 3 minutes left. It doesn't seem like there's much he can do. As you see, Random Export said GG's in the chat already. Hopar was doing a lot of work for his team here. Top fragging over Gangu, a known fragger. Yeah, I feel like there isn't too much to talk about here. It just seems like Envy's just giving up. They're just going in. See, look, Parrish is going in. I guess they played it actually a little smart. They were able to get the picks, but I feel like it just feels like they've given up. Let's see how they play this. Okay, they're trickling in. That actually did work out for them. But at this point, there's 2 minutes left, and they need like 2.6k score, and it doesn't seem like that's possible. He was able to actually get into that back corner there, and that's the reason that they actually were able to take that. Let's actually go back on that. Okay. See what random export does here. Rushes from that right into the back of the site. That's gonna be a staple play. I actually was watching this, and someone who I saw do that earlier in the game was Savvy. Savvy jumped from here right into this back corner of the site. That's probably gonna be an LMG's play almost every time. And because of that, he's able to get the site and keep it for his team. Not that it matters too much, but at least they are still putting in the effort to win the game. Feels like it'd be boring, even though they did type GG in the chat. At least they are actually playing like they mean it. Like Random and Paris able to get a pick there. There's only 5 seconds left on this point, so there isn't too much point in actually going for it. Like, see, they get like, what, 30 extra points off of that? And 118 gets the next point. Like, I feel like their heads weren't really in this one like they were in the last game. Random isn't pulling up as well. Hopar is just playing just a lot better as an LMG. I feel like I focused a lot on Random's performance and a lot less on Hopar because I'm trying to point out mistakes instead of pointing out things that they're doing right. Because when you know what you're doing, when you don't know what you're doing wrong, it helps you to know what you're doing wrong because you can actually fix that. You know, if you know what I mean? Like when you know what you're doing wrong, just stop doing that. And Random Export is making a lot of good plays, a lot of bad plays. Just a little bit of a mixed performance here. Seems like he's standing still. They're not even trying to take the site at this point. They're just typing in the chat, and they're calling the map shit. And yeah, that's how that went. Oh yeah. Don't forget. We're actually gonna be doing a giveaway on this video. I don't remember if I mentioned it earlier, but we're gonna be doing a giveaway on this video. The link for the giveaway will be in the description. It's going to be for an AWP Pacemaker, which is a Relic Sniper skin. Go check that out. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Later.